captains are out in the center of the field, and Red Tornadoes here tonight to go for number 9.
Well, yeah, 9 wins in a row, and if I wasn't mistaken, was it the first time since 1973 we opened a game with this many wins in a row? Certainly something to remember back in the early 70s of the true glory years in the Eastern Conference Championship. So quite an accomplishment for this team. A couple of sidebars, as we just heard the radio say the same thing. Of course, Brett Veach needs 41 yards to break the all-time rushing record here at Mount Carmel area. Truly an astounding accomplishment on his part. You'll be looking for that probably in the first half sometime. We'll keep our eyes peeled, and I'm sure you'll know when it occurs just by watching everybody jumping around. The other thing to look at is Blue Mountain, of course, having an off year, having a tough year, in fact, 2 wins on the season so far. But on top of that, in an accident that occurred about an hour before the game, they lost their center, you told me?
Starting center, which was number 50, Matt Chuba, and their starting defensive tackle, Josh Hooper. They just got hurt. They're not seriously hurt. They were in a fender bender. They hurt themselves enough, banged up, that they can't play football tonight.
They can't be on the team tonight, and again, that's a little bit of a setback for obviously Blue Mountain, who needed everybody healthy if they were going to stay with Mount Carmel area tonight. So I guess maybe a bad omen on their part, but also a thing to rally around maybe. So it's something to look forward to in the game. Again, a rivalry here, guys, that we're not going to underestimate, because we have come into this stadium under every kind of condition possible.
It's 8 wins and 3 losses. We only have 3 losses. However, the 3 losses were very, very important wins for Blue Mountain each time it happened.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So this is a tough place for us to play football, and you got to have your helmet on tight here, or they're going to knock it off.
Number 40 kicking off, Jim Rossi. Boots one right down the middle of the field, picked up by Veach at about the 17-yard line, finds some running room and gets up to about the 35. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 35. We apologize, too. We're in the back of a press box. We're trying to look through 2 poles and some glass windows, and we're over the radio announcers behind them, so it's a little difficult where we are. We also cannot see the clock from where we're at, but wherever we can get an idea of what time's left, we'll get it to you. Now that I said my commentary for the night, Karnaski sets the Red Tornadoes. Veach and Costello in the backfield. Tried Joe Costello up the middle for a gain of about 7 yards to the 42-yard line. Nice run by Joe Costello.
A little bit of a surprise opening up. Of course, you know that Blue Mountain's keying on Veach. You know, they've read everything and heard everything everybody else has. So obviously he's in the back of their mind on all 11 players on defense. Open up with a quick dive play with the fullback, loosen everybody up in the middle, and if anybody's going to loosen you up, it'll be Cassidy coming through you with the ball. So,
and let's let them at least get thinking that there's other people there that's going to carry the ball tonight. Costello up the middle again. First down to about the 47-yard line. In on the tackle, number 86, Josh Redding.
You have a player, number 72, you'll see on your screen. Well, if you look at him, watch his right arm and hand. He has a humongous cast, and what's his name? Eric Beam.
Yeah, Eric Beam.
He has like a beam taped to the end of his arm there. He's got to be tilting to one side with that thing. He's playing a linebacker position for the Eagles.
Karnaski puts Evans in motion. Pitch back to Veach. Takes it around the right side, and maybe a yard, but looks like no yardage. No gain.
I didn't see the number at Blue Mountain, but somebody made a great play over there. Took the block by Costello. I believe it was 20, number 20. Took the block by Costello and managed to reach his hand out and tangle Veach up enough to stop him for no gain.
Second down and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. To Veach off the right side. Lots of room. There he goes. Down the sideline and knocked out of bounds about the 27-yard line.
I'll tell you what, there was an excellent counter play. I am here, guys, you know. But that was an excellent counter play on Veach's part. First motion is step to the left, coming back off right tackle, looking for the trap block there between Chicatano and Jonathan Else, and cutting off the tail of the center.
25 yards that time for Veach, 16 yards short now, ladies and
16 more
gentlemen.
for the record. Karnaski with the quarterback sneak right up the middle.
Ooh.
Good hole that time behind
The bus.
the bus.
The bus.
Nothing else.
I'll tell you what, I have to say that for us. We probably run the best quarterback sneak I've ever seen right now. It's the only quarterback sneak that picks up consistently 10 yards all the time. It is one tough thing to stop.
2nd down and 4 yards to go. The ball on the 17-yard line. Veach off the right side. And looks like he gains about 5 or 6 yards. It is a 1st down.
He's about 12 yards short now, I believe.
A lot of signals be thrown here.
Yeah.
And that's why we're sort of down on the
A lot of interest here on the
right
on the,
from
in
the
the
press
record.
box here, and everybody trying to keep track of Veach's record.
Ooh.
Veach, and that's going to be a loss for about maybe 2 yards on that play.
At 72, Beam with the guy with the hand I was talking about, the heavily bandaged hand, made a great play from his outside linebacker spot.
2nd down and 16. Good rush out of the linebacker that time, Warren.
Yeah, 72.
And Wayne, we have Wayne tucked away in the corner tonight.
72 is a linebacker. He's flip-flopping to the power side, or what they believe will be the power side.
Quick pass from Karnaski to Evans. Gets the ball down to about the 14-yard line. So the Red Tornadoes faced with a big 3rd down play here after a real nice drive this far. Blue Mountain has tightened up a little bit.
It's a nice play that time.
Well, the
Mount
blitz was
Carmel area, you're able to isolate Evans, and all you got to do is give Dave a step, and it's over. And that's the whole point of that play, is to get him out one-on-one and see if he can slip that first tackle. And once he does, then he scores. There's no way you're going to catch him.
Karnaski straight drop back. Good blocking. Now he has to roll to his right. Looks into the end zone. Out of the hands of Jamin in the end zone. So 4th down and a field goal situation for the Red Tornadoes.
In that case there, Jamin was well covered. He was. He was well covered. The defender was in front of him. The defender went up before Jamin, and I guess it looked like he jumped too soon, and Jamin just took his eye off the ball.
64, Mike Sinkovich in to attempt the field goal. 32-yard field goal. Holder will be 21, Matt Montgomery. Snap back by 66, Joe Chicatano. Snaps back, it's down, the kick's up.
Oh, looks good.
He got it.
And it's
got
good.
it.
32-yard field goal for Mike Sinkovich.
All right, Michael.
Nice kick. And we've
nice
said,
kick, yeah.
Wayne, we've talked about this, and you're the kicker expert. He has improved so much since the first time we've seen him kick this year.
I'll tell you what, his confidence is built, week in, week out, and doing an excellent job, especially on extra points. If you watch him from the beginning of the year until this point, you can see how much more confidence he's gained, how strong he's kicking the ball through the uprights now. And now, I told you before, once you get back to a field goal or an extra point that has a penalty, you're back that extra yardage. You don't want to do anything different. You just want to, go right through the ball, kick right through, and that's exactly what Michael's doing now.
Give us a peek on the time there, Wayne.
A nice play, and I think on the kicking side, it was a hard angle, too. It wasn't an easy angle.
Right.
So
there is 7:35 left.
Thank you. It's one of the few stadiums we come to that we don't get to see the scoreboard. Sinkovich with the kick. Fake reverse. Seven, the ball carrier, still on his feet and has lots of running room. On the sideline, knocked out of bounds by the safety man. Number 27, Dave Evans, knocks him out on the 41-yard line, but Aaron Krieger did a nice job, held everybody up when he did the fake reverse, and he came charging around the right side.
I'm not sure everybody knew that he had the ball, to tell you the truth.
But again, the secret was Mount Carmel, no matter what you say, stayed in their lanes, and they had someone on this side of the field to cover it.
No, we don't get burned much on the special teams. That part I will tell you. That's usually our real strong point.
Quick pitch to the left side. Finds lots of running room, still on his feet and going down the sidelines. Knocked out of bounds at about the 36-yard line, but a nice run by 32. Gazarowski.
Jay Malakowski making the strong hit.
Gazarowski was not supposed to start tonight, Wayne. He's in there.
He's got too many fouls in his name. They shouldn't let him start.
Well,
I don't know what happened there. If you looked at when I was looking at the defense, I was looking for a defensive end. I couldn't see one in sight. I don't even know if we had anybody there.
First down, Blue Mountain. Nice run. Tries it again off the left side. Good play. 41, Joe Costello. Jeff Ritchell getting nowhere. Maybe about a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go back 2 yards, I think, on that play. Again, tough play by Costello. And once he's in on you, you don't elude him. I mean, it's not a case where you actually elude the guy. Once he beads on you like that, you're going down.
Coach Bonner here, you know he has some theories about Mount Carmel football, and in particular, since Coach Williams has come here to try some different things and know sort of what to try with it. Incomplete pass. Third down for Blue Mountain.
And Veach put a tattoo hit on him as he went up for the ball. If he had any chance of catching it, Veach would have gotten it off of him anyway. Nice hit that time by Brett on defense.
Quarterback for Blue Mountain, number 11, Tom Bonner.
Yes, this is the coach's son.
Big third down play for the Eagles here. Bonner fakes the handoff. Now he's going to throw. Oh, big rush by Mike Sinkovich, and then incomplete pass, but he was going to be finished off by 21, Matt Montgomery. So 4th down and 11 for the Eagles, and probably a punting formation here by the Eagles to try to get the Red Tornadoes deep.
Yeah, and if you remember, they played a field position game last year in this very same field under extreme rain and wind conditions and managed to win the game 14-2, and they did it mostly by field position. So
lots of mud.
They're going to go for it here, though. They're not going to kick.
Oh, they are. Unless they do. Well, the shift isn't going to help them either. Bonner, straight drop back, looks on the fly. Incomplete, and Brett Veach on great coverage there. He had Montgomery, the free safety, coming over, so he just played the man all the way. And I know you didn't see it, Warren.
Not in that corner, I'm not going to. Got to cut a window in the wall here is what we need to do.
First down, Red Tornadoes from the 36-yard line.
All eyes will be on 22 on this drive, I'm sure. He is now
it's back
18
yards
yards
now,
short with that 6-yard loss he incurred right at the end of that drive before the field goal.
First quarter here early, 3-0 lead, Red Tornadoes. Tries Costello up the middle, big hole up the middle for 10-yard gain. Great blocks by the center of the Red Tornado line.
Yeah, the guard and the center, the two guards in the center there they're demolishing the defensive side of the ball right now on the Eagles. And again, the Eagles are playing a little bit loose. They're keying Veach a little bit. That linebacker's flip-flopping around trying to get to the strength of the play. But when you do that, a lot of times you're going to get handled in the middle, and right now their nose guard and middle linebacker are being handled.
Veach around the right side. Cuts it back and gains probably about 1 yard. Oh, a little more than that. 2 yards.
Blue Mountain obviously is intent on not letting us go around the end.
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it?
They've decided they're not going to give the end up. But when they decided that, they also decided to give the middle, and so you're gonna see some up the middle for
Could be
pretty
some
long
big
yardage.
Numbers for Costello.
Yeah.
Fake pitch back to Veach. Cuts it back and finds running room. There he goes. And gain of about 4 or 5 yards, but a nice tackle made by number 20, Jeff Ritchell.
6-yard gain. 6 yards. That's 10 yards to go now.
Third down and about 4 yards to go. Looked like he had some great running room there. One guy to beat, Wayne.
Yeah, nice move that time.
And I'll tell you what, he did that all on his own, too. Vic turned around, and the defensive end came in. And,
wow.
And Vic had no time even to look when he pitched the ball to Brett.
Power backfield for the Red Tornadoes. This one's to Veach up the middle.
Penalty.
And gain of about 2 yards, but flags on the play.
That'll be holding, I'm sure, on Mount Carmel area.
Holding call against the Red Tornadoes.
Maybe 2 yards at the most, Tom. I don't think he had a first down.
D'Angelo is the referee tonight. Frank D'Angelo from up north somewhere, but he does a lot of the big games. He did Little League World Series. He was the final game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he does
okay.
a lot of refereeing. Oh, big rush. Fumble on the play. Karnowski picks it up and carries it back to about the 12-yard line. Big loss that time. I didn't see who came up through the middle there. It was a blitz because it looks like 17 was in on it, which was Justin Moyer.
Again, it looks like the backside, the weak side, is giving us a lot of problems in the last 3 games. North Schuylkill, and now on Monday when we played Chickalimmy, it looked like we picked up that backside blitz from the end.
30-yard loss, ladies and gentlemen, on that play.
Costello back to punt. Kicks away. Everybody get away from it. Bounces on about the 46-yard line. Down on the 46. First down and 10, Blue Mountain from the 46-yard line.
Long count.
Richo comes up, but Costello breaks through, makes a nice tackle. Gain of about maybe 1 or 2 yards.
I question the wisdom of running at him. You know what I mean? I know you got to do what your strength is and all, but you're running directly at Costello and saying, you know, we're going to challenge you in that linebacker position, see if you can fill the hole, and you're not going to win. It's not going to happen because he's going to fill the hole every time.
Bonner sets his Eagles on about the 44-yard line. Gonna try a reverse on, held his ground, which was number 30, Sean Jamin. Great job from his defensive end position, never moved.
Yeah, a lot of penetration, and that caused the play to jumble itself up a little bit. The runner, in fact, first ran into his own man as he was trying to cut, and then was jumbled. But Jamin was exactly where the end would be standing, where he should be. And when you're like that inside play, that inside Sally play, as they're called, isn't gonna work.
We have an official's timeout here. It looks like an equipment timeout. They're working on Joe Costello. No, it looks like he got something in his eye, actually.
And the thing there on that play there, Warren, is the Costello coming in. If you watch Costello on that play, he came in, he saw the handoff going the opposite way. Somebody tried to block him, and he actually tried to spin off the block and still got in on the tackle with Jamin.
Third down, 9 yards to go. 3-0 Red Tornadoes in the lead. About 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Bonner back to pass, has a big rush on. Nice job by 47, Steve Sinkovich.
And his brother.
The nose guard, and actually
and 64.
Actually what happened there, Steve came behind 64. He left, and he didn't come right on the center. He came from behind the tackle position.
It was a
good rush that time. A little bit of stunning there by the Red Tornado defense. Deep for the Red Tornadoes, 27 Evans and 29 Malakowski. Snaps back. Finelli gets the kick away. It's short kick, but then takes a great bounce. Fielded by Evans on about the 11-yard line. Brings it up to about the 20. Good job by Dave Evans. It was a very short punt. no way should it have been fielded when in the air. It bounced and took about a 15-yard bounce back to Evans.
That was a good solid decision to do that, though, and that's exactly what you're looking for. He made a decision to pick the ball up when a lot of kids would have shied away from it, and now you get field position a good 15, 18 yards away from where you would have had it otherwise.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Tornadoes holding on to a 3-0 lead late in the first quarter. Veach off the right side. Has some running room, knocked out of bounds. Looks like about a 10-yard gain. We'll see where they place the ball.
This is very close now to the record here.
If it's 10 yards, it's the...
Jose is waving his hand over there.
That should be it. 10.
Our stat
Well, they're
man.
giving a 9 up here.
Okay,
so
our stat man's saying it is, but he's gonna.
they're going to go 1.
Wait, hold it. No, it is.
That's it. They're giving them 10.
That's 10 yards, and he's going to, or that's the record according to Jose. We're going to go with him.
No, we're not going to argue over the yard.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching history being made. There it is. $4,253 yards, ladies and gentlemen. You are seeing history in the making. You are here to watch it. There's not a whole lot you can say about this, ladies and gentlemen. What you're seeing there is
and you watch Brett. He gave his dad a big hug.
Coach Connolly over there. I went over and saw him.
Guys with Coach Williams.
Yeah, truly an amazing young man.
Now that that's done, we can get back into the ball game and
we can play football again instead of being on pins and needles.
Even up here in the press box, you could feel it. Everybody's just waiting for it to happen.
But eclipsing Gary Dimnick, a record that many said would stand forever, and as all records are one to do, it fell tonight. And Brett Veach is a new owner of it.
Second down, 1 yard to go. Joe Costello up the middle, gain
excellent.
of about 9 yards to about the 41-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, you got to give tons of credit. Now, this is the third drive. We saw Costello carry the ball 4 times now up the middle. And I'll tell you what, Ricky Harris and Jonathan Ellis in the center and Joe Chicatano are putting some trap blocks on and opening up some big holes for Costello to run through.
First down and 10. Karnaski, straight drop back. Oh, good defensive play made by number 22. Matt Caperna comes over. Great job by
excellent
Caperna.
play. That's good defense there by Caperna.
That was an excellent play because Jamin was wide open. He actually made a diving stab at the ball as it was going through the air.
It's good coaching, though, that he recognized exactly what that play was. You know, he knew what it was when he saw it and got there. That's good coaching to know that.
Karnaski to Veach. Right side, stuffed in the middle after about a 2-yard gain. And actually, Blue Mountain has all eyes on Brett Veach right now. That's actually what's happening, Warren.
Yeah, they're keying him. And you're seeing that by the shifting of the linebackers back and forth. They're moving their linebackers to the strong or to the weak, and not necessarily always strong and weak.
Right.
Sometimes they're moving them where they think Veach is
going to go, right.
And so you're not seeing a true strong, weak kind of flip-flopping, but you are seeing movement there dictated by where 22 is in the
Shotgun
backfield.
formation for the Red Tornadoes. The snap's back. Karnaski, lots of time, looks in the flat area. Jamin gets him on the 45. First down, Red Tornadoes to the 42-yard line.
Nice pass that time from Karnaski to Jamin. Waited. He had enough time, which is key.
When you come out of the
you got to
shotgun
be able
like
to
that,
do it.
you have lots of time.
You
You
need
have
the
that
time.
extra time.
But waited exactly for Jamin to break free on the sidelines and threw a rope to him and picks up a big first down for Mount Carmel area.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 3, the Blue Mountain Eagles nothing. But Blue Mountain, again, putting together a pretty decent first quarter.
Well, we said, you come to see the Eagles here at Origsburg, and you're always in for a tough evening. It's the way it's going to be. They're off an excellent season last year. Of course, beating us last year, and actually that's where we lost our chance to defend the state championship when we lost here at Blue Mountain on that horrible rain and windy night. So they're a team to reckon with. They went on and lost in the Eastern Conference AAA Finals to Bethlehem Catholic, I believe. Bethlehem Catholic beat them. at the same time that we were playing Wilkes-Barre GR and winning. So two teams that had the same kind of year last year. Obviously, the Eagles come in this year and are certainly down on their luck a little bit with only 2 wins. But they are well coached. Coach Kettner is the head coach, and Coach Bonner is the guy that's kind of running the offense and putting all the different schemes in. And we've seen Bonner throughout the years at Panther Valley and different places, so we know what he can do, and we know that Coach Kettner is a quality football coach. So when you put all those factors together, and they're a big team. Look at the size of them out there. They're a fairly big team. You're in for a long night sometimes.
First down and 10 from the 42-yard line. Veach, big hit that time by number 86, Josh Redding, and Redding's just playing him all the way. Second down and about 11 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes.
Now look at this
they're
defensive
really
lineup
uptight
here.
now,
Take a look at this defensive lineup.
It's the option, and it was a good call by the Red Tornadoes that time. Had Blue Mountain thinking about just coming up the middle, and Brett Veach carries it to the 20-yard line. Give Coach Whitey Williams a good one on that one, and he had a great call there to beat that big defense you looked at, Warren.
The last time you saw that was Marion Catholic, where they bunched that tight inside like that, and bring your linebacker. All your linebackers are inside your defensive ends. When you do that, you're going to have a heck of a time catching a fast back on the corner. It just isn't going to happen, and that's what you saw happen here.
Malikoski and Evans are split far left for the Red Tornadoes. Handoff to Costello up the middle. Good running room for about 5 yards to about the 16-yard line. Second down and about 5 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. 3-0 Mount Carmel in the lead just at the beginning of the second quarter. Karnaski to Veach. Cuts it back up the middle. Finds running room up the middle to about the 9-yard line. That should be a first down for the Red Tornadoes.
First down.
That'll be a goal to go also, right where it is. So
from the 9,
full 10 yards. Well, it's right on the white line of the 10-yard line.
I can't even see their lineup when we're standing here.
Oh, we're bringing you over with me a little bit here. I always liked announcing over your shoulder. Power backfield to Veach. Going to take it wide, cuts it back, and gets down to about the 7-yard line, but a nice hit. Matakavich in on the hit. Great job.
Going to have us run over to our left. I can see us if we run to our left. We run to our right. We're in that dead zone of nowhere here. Wayne, are you still here?
Yeah.
Is Wayne in the press box?
I'm over here in the corner.
Wayne's where you can't see right now. Power backfield, second down, and goal to go, the ball on about the 7-yard line. Evans. He's down to about the 5-yard line, maybe the 4-yard line. Good block that time. They got a little hole through, and coming over number 17 to make the tackle, Justin Moyer.
They should name that play after him, since he's the one that really is the only one that runs that particular play. To make that the Evans.
The Evans Sally.
he has sole possession of that play when we run it all the time.
Third down. Goal to go, the ball on the 4-yard line. Tight formation again by the defense of Blue Mountain Eagles. Pitch back to Veach. Taking it to the corner, cuts it back, touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
Oh, it's going to be hard to stop that.
He watched his cut and brought it right back in.
Hard
for the
to
touchdown.
stop that play when you flood that zone like they did. You're the defensive end there. You know you're in serious trouble. A nice play that time. I think the Eagles bunched again in the middle, thinking you were coming inside of them. There's no way they could defend that corner with that many guys coming at them.
64. Mike Sinkovich in to attempt the extra point. The snap's back. The kick's up. And we'll watch D'Angelo here for the call. It's no good.
Brings up the odd score of
Well, we're
9-0.
somewhere into the second quarter, and the score: the Red Tornadoes 9, the Blue Mountain Eagles nothing. Warren's going to find some time.
8:42.
8:42 left. Got it.
We just drill a little hole in this one wall. We'll be all right.
64 Sinkovich will kick off for the Red Tornadoes. Deep for the Eagles will be number 7, Krieger, and also number 20 back there, Richel. And we just leave number 32 over there, which is Gazarowski, because it won't go to him, right?
All right. It's a good bet he's not going to touch the ball. That's right.
Kicks away. Right down the middle, taken by Richel on about the 13-yard line. Steve Sinkovich in on the tackle. Also 21, Matt Montgomery, and number 80, Chris Cuff. First down, Blue Mountain Eagles from about the 30-yard line.
Now the Eagles, so far in the game have played pretty good defensive football. They really have. They're down 9-0, but they've played some tough defense. Offensively, they're not showing a whole lot. They need to get moving here if they're going to stay in the football game. They need to get a sustained drive, pick up a couple first downs, and mostly they need to change field position because now they're losing that battle.
Krieger comes in motion for the Eagles to the left side, going to run off of Krieger to number 32. Grazarowski looked like
Number
maybe
47.
Joe Schick first to hit him, and then 47, Steve Sinkovich.
Actually, the guy that spun him a little bit was Malakowski.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jason was the guy that spun him in the backfield and slowed him at that one step, and then the rest of them got him.
I'll tell you what, on that play there, you see Sinkovich, Steve, made a beautiful, it looked just like a semicircle. He went right behind our tackle. He took one step to the left, followed him right through in through the gap.
Yeah, we're doing some real stunting
yes,
going
we
on
are.
right now along the defensive line. And something we have not seen a whole lot of, I think, so far this year. Ooh.
Inside handoff to
There's
Richel and
Costello.
Joe Costello.
Gas man. Oh, that was a thud of a hit there.
Loss of about a yard or two, but Sinkovich blocked everything up. 64, Mike
Yeah.
Sinkovich.
You know you're not gonna. You know when Costello does the hit because the ball carrier never goes forward. You don't have that. He doesn't go forward. He just stops right where he is.
Third down and 11. And as you said, Warren, somewhere along the line, Blue Mountain has to get some offense going. Tries a screen pass.
Nicely
Oh, good
set up.
play. Set up nicely, and the tackle made by Dave Evans, but a first down. Good run by Aaron Krieger. Nice setup that time by the Blue Mountain line. You can see the difference from what we saw last week to this week.
Yep. Yeah, they caught us that time. We had a great rush, but we didn't stay in the lane in the middle. Nobody was in the middle to watch that guy, and he just slipped a couple of steps forward, and it was a really nice-looking screen pass.
I'll tell you what, he started out on the flanker, and what he did was he waited until the wash, till our line passed about 5 yards back, and he cut behind him. It is a well-designed play.
First down, 10 yards to go. Oh, a big rush this time by the Red Tornadoes. Rolls around, Bonner does. And intercepted.
No.
Nope.
They're going to say it hit the ground, and I be truthful with you, it's hard to tell whether it did or not. I think Evans is a legitimate shot to say that he got his hands
Yeah,
underneath
because
it.
he usually does.
It was real close, and again, the referee who had to make that call was in back of him, and he was never going to be able to see exactly what happened. So.
And the thing was, the referee was standing in front of him in the middle of the field watching the whole play, and
He didn't do anything.
never even made a call.
Yeah, that's a real hard one. To be truthful with you, I'll give Dave the benefit of the doubt. The kind of defense he's been playing and the kind of year he's having, I'm going to say that he got both hands underneath that and was an interception. He just didn't see it.
I had a blue pole in my way.
He's had like 2 or 3 of those occur to him in the
Yes, he
past
has.
year alone.
Bonner. Hands off, right side, going nowhere. Malakowski, Sinkovich, and Joe Shikatano, looks like. Third down and 9 for the Eagles. The ball's on the 45-yard line. Bonner, back to pass. Short drop, just on a fly pattern. Malachowski
Intercepted.
out there, intercepted by Montgomery. Done so well every year, or all this year. Covered by one guy and intercepted by Montgomery.
Well, that, the free safety, he's playing free safety exactly the way it's designed to be played. The free safety, he's watching where the ball's thrown and he's moving to it. Malachowski has the guy completely draped. I mean, the guy is completely covered. Now Montgomery doesn't have to worry that this guy is going to catch a pass and score a touchdown. He knows that he's not going to do that, and that frees him up to go and actually go right for the ball, and that's how an interception occurs.
Tries Veach up the middle. Gain of about 7 yards. Nice run that time by Brett Veach. Tackle made by 43.
And Brett just continues to pad that new record. Every yard he picks up now goes on to the new record. It makes it even more difficult to break it 20 or 30 years or whatever the heck it might happen again.
And just think, there's about, figure 5 more games that we're going to see.
Mm-hmm.
Quick drop, pump fake, and a big rush by 62, Kyle Summers.
Yeah, we need to get a little bit different scheme on the protection there. They're reading something on our offense, and they're not covered. We're not covering everybody right now. We're not picking them up as they break through in the line, so we're going to have to leave somebody in there to pay attention to what's happening.
Third down, 13 yards to go. Karnaski, draw to Veach.
Oh.
Finds a hole, gets a good block downfield by Gary Dunn, and he's on his way. Makes a nice move at the 49-yard line, turns the burners on, and is tackled at about the 19-yard line by number 20, Jeff Ritchell.
That was a heck of a play. It really was. And that's typical of the way he runs.
Right.
That stop and start and read your blocks. Reading a block
Great
so
block
well.
by 56, Gary Dunn on that play.
Yes, he did.
I'll tell you what, the whole side of that line did an excellent job, and the weak side, the opposite side, downfield blocking, and that is the reason why Brett stops and starts and everything, because he's waiting for the backside to come across and block for him, and they did an excellent job downfield.
We have an official's timeout here, and 76 does not want to come out of the game. It's probably blood. Usually that's what they find. If there's any type of blood on the face anymore or anything, they have to get it cleaned up. So that's probably what's going on right now.
About 5:52 remaining in the half.
5:52 left in the first half. Score, Mount Carmel area 9. The Eagles from Blue Mountain, nothing. Karnaski goes to Costello. Still on his feet to about the 15-yard line.
That's a Cassidy move there where he says, I think I'm ready to have all 11 guys hit me. Every once in a while he just picks a play out and decides to have all 11 guys try to bring him down.
Actually, it's only a gain of a yard. They actually moved it back, so Joe probably didn't go down when he got to the 15, got knocked back, and that's where they put his placement. Karnaski, back to pass, has time. Now he rolls to his right, hits Evans on about the 9 or 10-yard line. That will be short of a first down by about 3 yards. Matakevich makes a nice hit on Evans, though, on about the 10-yard line. But good throw that time, nice catch.
Give Harris a lot of credit that time. Harris was the peel back blocker. Did exactly what you wanted him to do. He came out, peeled around, and took the rush, and it gives Vic enough time. I mean, like on any level of football, the bottom line is if you give Karnatsky that extra second that anybody's going to need, he only needs an extra second, he's gonna complete the pass.
Third down, 3 yards to go. Karnaski to Veach, finds a nice hole off the left side, touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Gary Dunn, good job blocking from his left tackle. Put number 40, Jim Rossi, right down, and Veach right behind him all the way, Warren.
Well, Dunn is having himself a highlight game tonight. And now what we had said earlier, Blue Mountain.
Oh, no, wait. could be a penalty here or something.
They're running over to talk to Coach.
Frankie's
Connolly.
doing something and saying something. He's putting the ball on the 5-yard line for some reason. He's giving him a first down on the, no, I can't figure that one out at all. No, they gave him a first down, though. It can't be a timeout. They gave him yards to the 5-yard line. Right now, he's talking to the Blue Mountain coaches, but you would think the Blue Mountain coaches wouldn't need an explanation of this. They'd be happy if a touchdown was called back.
Ours, you can tell that our guys are mad. So, I mean, they're livid on the other side. They're not saying anything, but they're livid. But I can't imagine how they're going to sort this out and tell us what exactly they did.
This is going to be one of those ones, but Coach Williams now looking for an explanation also.
And they're not going to tell us anything. We're not going to
Nobody
have
knows.
any clue what it is they're doing. Maybe Jose will be able to give us that at halftime.
Power backfield, inside to Evans to about the 4-yard line. So Mount Carmel will be faced with a second down and goal to go from about the 4-yard line.
I mean, we had a touchdown call back and not a clue as to why. I mean, the only thing, did his knee touch the ground?
Boy, it didn't look that way. I just saw him charge right through. I saw no stop at all.
I didn't see it.
No,
But,
we couldn't see it
I mean,
at
you're all
but
going to see it on TV probably better than we see it
that's
right
the
here.
only
but-
way you can make the call
Right,
there. Is
right.
he touched the ground at the 5.
Veach going to come around the right side to the short side of the field, but gets only to about the 3-yard line. So Mount Carmel faced with a third down and goal to go from the 3.
And they call a timeout.
Timeout called by the Red Tornadoes. And we'll try to sort that out at halftime for you to explain what happened there. Talk a little bit here while we have the timeout and while there's people still on here about the playoff games, the first 2 district playoff games. District 4 is going to, both games, if we win this game and if we win the Seals game, the games are going to be at home. And if they're at home, WKMC will be allowed to broadcast them if they pay the fee to District 4. Now, I'm not too sure what that fee is, but I know George McPhee's looking at trying to get any corporate sponsor that would like to put, and it's not an advertisement on, but be a sponsor of the district playoff games, which would come up after the 7th and the
2
15th.
games.
Right. If they'd like to, that's $100. But if you just want to be a personal sponsor, call George McPhee at the high school, and you can do that for $25. And we get your name up and let people know that you're sponsoring it. And it's not for WKMC. It's strictly to make the payment to District 4 so we can broadcast the game that following Wednesday and get it on the air for you. So anybody interested or want to find more out about it, call George McPhee at the high school. Third down. Kornaski back to pass. Now he's going to run with the ball and touchdown, Kornaski.
That was a delayed touchdown call there too.
I called it, but
Well, let's see if they let it stand though.
yeah, they might bring it back.
And we did this once before and we didn't get a touchdown, so I'm going to say that we touched the knee somewhere. It's the only thing that could stop the ball at the 5-yard line. It really is. I don't know what else you could have called there other than, the ball bone dead for some reason.
Timeout called by the Red Tornadoes.
And they're probably, obviously Big Red
Gonna go
saying,
for
let's
2.
go for 2 to
Right.
pick that point up that we're down to make it a full 17.
126 left in the first half. Thanks, somebody, for telling us that.
Yeah, this will be a 2-point conversion only because Coach Williams is still nervous about this team, and you don't want to have that 16 and end up losing by a point all the time. That's always the theory behind it.
One thing everybody had going into it, too, you look back into the early part of the season, Wayne, and the score of North Schuylkill ended up 28 or 29 to 15. That was the final score against North Schuylkill. So even though Blue Mountain has not won a lot of games, they have played tough defense even against some good teams, including North Schuylkill.
Bob, if you remember 7 years ago, it would be when we came down here with 4 seconds left and they beat us on a field goal.
Big tackle kicked the field goal.
Field
Probably
goal.
never kicked one in his life. Never will again.
No. So this is, and Warren's right, this is a tough field for us to play on.
Red Tornadoes going for 2 here with a power backfield. Karnaski fakes the Veach. Now he's going to roll to his right. Looks over the middle. Nice play made by number 12 to block it, Kurt Finelli. And I'll tell you what, the Red Tornado receivers were covered on that play.
They were. They defensed it really well. And again, they're not playing bad defense. They really aren't. Score of 16 nothing, but they're in the game. They really are.
15, right?
The defense sort of reminds you of what
I'm
North
sorry, 9 and 6 is 15 nothing. I can't see the scoreboard for.
That's okay.
what North
at all.
Schuylkill did. It was a swarming, very fast. The linebackers moving laterally to take away the outside run, which they have done to a certain extent. But again, like you said, they're leaving the middle open. But they do have a swarming defense similar to North Schuylkill.
You're right. It is 15. It can't be more than that.
Right. You got it.
I'd bring my calculator with me from now on.
64. Mike Sinkovic will kick off for the Red Tornadoes. Matakavich takes the ball in about the 21-yard line.
Fumble.
On
He
the play.
fumbled. We have it.
And recovered by the Red Tornadoes. And Frankie's going to say no fumble, but he was not down.
Frankie
he was
made a
up in the
mistake.
air. Yeah, he missed that one.
That's a mistake on the ref's part there. That was clearly a fumble.
Yet, right. First down, Eagles from about the 20-yard line. He slipped, but he hadn't gone down. He slipped and just sort of bent over.
Actually, the ball kind of squirted out on its own, to tell you the truth.
Bonner pitches back. Gazarowski around the right, nowhere to go. Nice tackle made by
Malachowski, 60.
Jason Malachowski.
I really don't see this team moving around the end on us. I really don't. I don't think they have the speed to get outside like that.
Caperna, number 22, into the lineup. Blue Mountain maybe content here not to go throwing the ball and getting things in trouble with just being down 15-0. Oh, big hit. Sinkovic and Chicatano, right? Chicatano with the hit.
He's the one with the wow.
Major
my
hit
goodness.
from Joe Chicatano.
Schickman. Oh, man.
Timeout called by the Red Tornadoes. Again, we're not positive of the time here of what's left in the half, probably down in the teens somewhere. Coach Connor having a discussion with the referees right now. So besides talking to the players, he's seeing some things out there that he doesn't like right now.
Well, he always likes to touch base and see how their families are and stuff like that. It's, he's a sensitive guy.
And you are listening to?
That's right. Oh, geez, I almost got to the half.
That's right. Second half.
KMC TV, broadcasting you directly from the campus of Mount Carmel Area High School on a microwave signal WLX267. We are an instructional fixed television service, and you are catching us on a Wednesday night, channel 13, 8 p.m. on the Service Electric Cable System.
And the technicians with us tonight again.
Yeah, we have Big Joe Novotny and my main man now, Joe Mazer,
And
up on the
also
roof.
tonight we got a third. We got Gary.
Is Gary up on the
Strasburger
top? I
tonight.
didn't see Gary so far.
Well, he was in the band, so now he's back.
Okay, I didn't see him.
Try a misdirection play to 32, which is Gazarowski, and he carries the ball to about the 42-yard line for a first down on the 42.
Yeah.
Dave Evans, the safety man on that play, Warren, to stop him. And now Blue Mountain looking for a timeout.
It's pretty hard to miss Gary Tresker. I don't know what I was doing there. He's a little hard to hide.
Well, don't forget, when we got here, he was on the field pregame.
Oh, okay.
Time. How much time? 19. 19 seconds left on the clock in the first half. This is going to be one of our better broadcasts. Yeah, we can go over that a little bit, too. I guess there's been some major changes in the PIAA. We've been telling and everybody talking about the playoff games, if you win the district, where they would be, and they'd be close to home and all this. And major changes have been made in a PIA book that was supposed to come out before the season started, and it just came out, I guess, in the last day or two that people have been seeing it. And District 4 definitely isn't going to play McDevitt first. Let's put it that way. First down, 19 seconds, Bonner in a passing formation. He's going to roll to his right. Just looks like on a little out pattern, complete to number 20, Richel, and he runs out of bounds, and there's still probably about 10 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, in the second half, we'll try to give you some sense of what occurred. PIAA, for reasons that are baffling everyone in the state of Pennsylvania, waited until Wednesday to show what the brackets were going to look like and who was playing who, and made major changes, but only in the AA section of it.
Right.
Didn't touch anything else, which is also somewhat odd when you think about it. So we'll try to give you some sense of what's going to occur as far as district play goes when we're in the second half of the game.
Bonner gonna come back, rolls to his right, throws it downfield. Oh, almost a great play. Malachowski had slipped on the 35-yard line, saw the ball, got back up, and almost caught the ball.
And this end of the field here, 9 seconds to go, this
9
end of the
seconds
field
left on
is
the
really
clock.
slippery. I've seen a couple of guys go down on this sideline here in front of the Blue Mountain bench. And of course, with all the rain we've had in the past week or so, it's going to take a couple of months for fields to dry
That's
out.
right.
The rate it's been raining. But this one is particularly slick along the sideline here.
Bonner sets the Eagles. Third down and about 1 yard to go, but they're not worried about that 1 yard. It's going to straight back, just get a little out pattern.
Jamin.
Sean Jamin got the
that big
hand up.
wing went up there and knocked the ball down. Good defensive end play by Jamin that time. Now, you know, he puts his arm at full extension like that. It's like, he's what, about 11 foot?
11?
11, 12 foot from the looks of him. I mean, my goodness, he's got a big wingspan going there.
5 seconds left in this first half. Red Tornadoes in the lead, 15-0. An inadvertent whistle. The coaches from Blue Mountain just called him when Brett Veach was running the ball into the end zone. Bonner tries the quick opener up the middle of Gazarowski. He's tackled by Higgins and also 41, Joe Costello. That's the end of the half.
Whistle.
An inadvertent whistle. Do you believe it?
You got to look like a real mooch when you
I
do
know.
an inadvertent whistle on a touchdown call. Whoa.
Well, that's the end of the first half. The score, Red Tornadoes 15, the Eagles nothing. We'll be back with some stats in one moment. We're back in some halftime stats from Jose Gonzalo, brought to you by Warren Altamont.
Okay, Mount Carmel area rushed the ball a total of 30 times for 159 yards. In passing, they were 3 of 5 for 26 yards. Individually, it breaks down that Veach ran the ball 18 times for 150 yards, Costello 6 for 37, Evans 2 for 3, and of course Vic is going to come in with that real ugly number 4 for the minus 31, and 30 of that was on the one play. Individually in passing, Evans has 2 catches for 11 yards, Jamin 1 for 15. Mount Carmel area had 10 first downs in the first half. Blue Mountain, on the other hand, rushed the ball 12 times for a total of only 30 yards, and they were 2 of 9 for 24 yards, so they got 54 yards total offense in the first half.
So you go through a half like this and you say, boy, they look pretty good, and you hear everybody say, well, Blue Mountain's doing good. Well,
yeah, the stats
12
don't
of
reflect,
30.
at least
No, it doesn't show
offensively,
it there,
they're
right.
not reflecting it. They had only 3 first downs in the half. A little sidelight quickly, Brett Veach, the new all-time Mount Carmel area rushing record holder, but he is also now the all-time all-purpose rushing leader. He comes in with 6,151 yards as of tonight. What he had done in the first half, he had 169 all-purpose yards in the first half. He broke Gary Dimnick's record of 6,144, so 2 gigantic records fall in the same evening.
Sinkovic's kick, it's fumbled and picked up, looked by number 20. I think Richel picked it up. It'll be first down, Blue Mountain.
So quite an evening for Brett. You know, you look back now, he's got 2 of what you would think would be unassailable records have fallen all in the same half of a football game. I'm sure it's going to take him some time to let it sink in when he gets home and sit down for a quiet moment and figure out what he's done. But I don't think anyone that watches football can ever forget what they've seen tonight.
Bonner brings the Eagles up, tries Richel up the middle. Joe Chicatano hanging onto his feet, finished off by Jamin and also 47 Steve Sinkovic.
And only secondary to the 2 giant records that were broken tonight, I have a soupy sandwich in my pocket.
A pooch soupy sandwich.
Poochy soupy sandwich. I am now king of the heap as far as I'm concerned. Joe Novotny entering the press box, giving the bread and sandwich meat a second look as he comes through.
Second down, 5 yards to go for the Eagles. Bonner rolls to his left, shovel pass. That one was read real nice. Chicatano in there, but right in on top of it, Eric Higgins was the first man on the hit.
Joe just came in and adjusted every knob without even looking. That's what I like about him. He's now heading back to the sandwich meat area where he's becoming a stealth bomber in the food area here.
Kurt Finelli back into the lineup for the Eagles.
We have to say after this play, we'll talk a little bit here about Blue Mountain itself and a couple things that happened here in the first half too.
Krieger in motion. Bonner looking at Krieger all the way. No, he comes over here to number 12, Finelli, but it's too far. Punting situation for the Eagles.
You want to take a moment and say a big thank you to Blue Mountain. Couldn't be more cordial host tonight, allowing the game to be stopped to award the football to Brett. Again, that was their call. They allowed it to happen. Those of us, the 3 of us who are privileged to be in the press box, of course, as soon as you come in, you're offered coffee, hot chocolate, sodas. They have sandwiches made up here at halftime. So really threw the red carpet out for us as we visit Blue Mountain tonight at the Eagles Nest.
Snaps it away, kicks off, direction of Evans, takes it on the 34-yard line, takes it up the sideline, puts his speed on, and still on his feet at about the 39-yard line, directing his blockers.
I'll tell you what, he just puts on the burners. Now that's 2 punts we've seen him Monday night against Shikellamy. He tight-roped the sideline right down and passed.
That was almost
out.
the same.
The exact same play, showing the type of speed he does have.
First down, Red Tornadoes. Jamin split far left, tries it up the middle to Costello. Gain of about 5 yards, and if you can just grind out 5 yards like that, it's a good gain on first down.
You know, if you're Mount Carmel area, you're content with doing that for the rest of the game. Blue Mountain, again, tough defensively. They're not. There's no gimmies here from Blue Mountain. Where their problem has occurred is on offense, and I think you need to look at that a second and say their problem on offense is the fact that they're facing Mount Carmel.
That's correct.
Because they've given every single team so far a problem on offense.
Second down, 5 yards to go. Karnaski, little roll. Little short at about the 29-yard line to Malakowski. Third down, 6 yards to go.
I had walked across the field at halftime to get the stats, and as I had alluded to earlier in the first half, it is an extremely slippy field. Walking just with sneakers on, I had trouble keeping my footing, and I know people are going to say, well, we can imagine since you're not that well coordinated, but I think that's part of the problem out there is footing. It's extremely slick field out there right now.
Third down for the Red Tornadoes. Karnaski, draw play to Veach, big hole up the middle to the 21-yard line. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
And he just continues to add and surprise us as we watch him.
What a great run, huh?
Absolutely great run. And, you know, you're going to look at that run and think of it, Wayne, as like a humdum kind of regular run. But when you see all the things that were happening as far as blocking went and how he was watching them and the hole that was opened for him, truly an amazing offense when you see these guys clicking the way they are right now.
Sinkovic, 64, changes the shoe and comes in to kick the extra point. Montgomery will be the holder. Snaps back, it's down, kicks up, and it's good.
That's 22 now.
With about 9 minutes and something left in the third quarter, and something left. The score, Red Tornadoes 22, the Eagles of Blue Mountain nothing.
We take a moment now, ladies and gentlemen. Let me explain to you what occurred in the first half when the touchdown was called back. It was an inadvertent whistle in which the referee, who was watching the play from the back side of it, looked at him cross the 5-yard line and momentarily got confused, thought he had crossed the goal line and blew the whistle. Now, in retrospect, when you look at that, I'll tell you what, you got to give the guy some credit for saying, I made a mistake. Admitting it. I mean, here's a touchdown call back, the whole 9 yards. He admitted what he had done, and I think when you look at that, everybody's human here, and that kind of mistake can be made at any time.
I think
but
if we go
exactly
back, if we go back and look at it, I think Brett even heard it because Brett had stopped at about the 1-yard line and just sort of strolled in. Kickoff by Sinkovic, taken right up the middle. Oh, good tackle. Initial hit made by
Higgins, 83.
83, Eric Higgins, but what a nice shoestring tackle.
Yeah, a lot of times a ref takes a lot of heat from us and from everybody else, and I think when you look at them overall, and especially this game here, there's no real problems in this game. I think everybody's calling a good game, and he made an honest-to-goodness mistake, and he admitted it, and that's all you can do. You know, that's all you can ask the guy to do. But that's the explanation for what occurred there.
First down, Eagles from the 35-yard line early in the third quarter. Bonner puts Krieger in motion to the right side, going to try it right up the middle. Big hit by number 60, Jason Malakowski, helped out by 66, Joe Chicatano.
Chicatano, once again, having one of those quiet monster games that he has. He's all over the place. No one's penetrating the line with it. He doesn't have a helmet on him as they go through, so he's having a great football game tonight. And he's had many great football games. He just, for some reason or another, manages to do it quietly.
Second down for the Eagles. Bonner, back to pass, gets a rush. Good coverage by 27, which is Dave Evans. Catch made by Redding? 86? Redding.
86 made it. He's short of the first down, though. Didn't make a first down.
He actually got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he
on
did.
that play.
Evans does a nice job from a strong safety, come up and hold it there.
Brings up third down, and you're looking at 8, I guess. I'm not looking at the score.
Right.
It looks like about 8
Third
from
and 8.
over here.
Is everywhere, and tonight we're at RD Skooglehaven near Orangeburg. We're doing it.
Listen to the radio a little bit there. Bonner sets up the Eagles. Tries to big hit by Mike Sinkovic. Fumble on the play, and Mike Sinkovic came charging through from defensive tackle. That shows you his poundage coming up there.
Oh, my goodness, what a hit he did there, too. Now, the guy never really got possession of the ball. He was trying to pull it in when he got whacked, but it pops right out.
The funny part about that, Mike hit him, and when the ball squirted up in the air, Mike was trying to one-hand grab it and pull it back in.
He wanted a touchdown.
Yes, he did.
Great play by Mike Sinkovich that time.
I guess he has one this year. Mike Sinkovich has a touchdown
yes,
this year,
he does.
right? Yeah. Oh, nice block that time by Costello, and gets about a 5-yard gain.
Tell you, there's Jonathan Else down there, 5 yards right in front of him, and Joe Costello was running off tackle that time, and Jonathan's down throwing some blocks. Take a look at the line play there. You're talking about Eric Higgins, tight end, Gary Dunn, left tackle, Ricky Harris, left guard, Jonathan Else, center, Joe Chicatano, right guard, Mike Boyer, right tackle, and Sean Jamin, right tight end.
Karnaski, straight drop back, steps up into the pocket, and
there's going to be a face mask.
Good coverage that time. Somebody came charging in from the right side. It looked like number 40.
Face mask. He took a sack, but the guy pulled his face mask. So as soon as I saw his head like that go down, I knew what happened. And there you turned a good defensive play. It's going to hurt you now with a face mask call coming up. And that's a function of the fact that Vic is near impossible to bring down. I mean, once he digs his feet in there, it's really tough to bring him to the turf, and this is a big face mask penalty.
Well, it's actually 5 yards, but it's from the line of scrimmage, so it becomes about a 20-yarder.
Yeah, when you look at where the ball was on the sack, this is a big face mask call for the Eagles. They and again, it's not something a kid planned to do. He didn't try to do it. He just reached over trying to bring him down and pulled the mask.
2nd down, 4 yards to go. Fake, an end around, and you can see Malachowski slipping there, and we're going to have probably a block in the back there. It looked like.
Well, there's no way you could probably avoid that when you change directions quite the way they did. That play was messed up from the start. It was too deep. He had a heck of a time getting it to run, and that's exactly what it's going to be, a clip call in Mount Carmel area. But once he got so slowed up and then turned direction a little bit, once the defensive player turns around so quickly like that, what are you going to do?
Right.
And that's where you pick the clip up.
Oh, this is a big one against the Reds. So it's back about to where it was, and
we're just kind of having pushing back and forth with the flags right now.
2nd down and about 25 yards to go. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation for the Red Tornadoes. Karnaski back, also helped out there with, it looks like Costello will stay in the block. Snaps back. Lots of time, rolls to his right, but a good job by number 40 again, and out of bounds at about the line marker. Jim Rossi just with a nice charge from the left side of the Blue Mountain defense.
He had a lot of time that time. He really did. A good defensive coverage by the Eagles in the back, the defensive backfield really is what broke the play up because he had enough time. He just couldn't find a receiver that was open.
Red Tornadoes again out of the shotgun. Trips to the right for the Red Tornadoes. Big rush again. Karnaski's going to take it on the draw, right up the middle. Still on his feet, and he's still going. He's going to score a touchdown out of this. And that was just too big of a rush from Blue Mountain. And Karnaski read it all the way. Good blocking in the center of the Red Tornado line to get Karnaski out there.
You see the speed, guys? Did you see the
Turned
speed
it
at the end of
on.
the play? Right, nobody going to catch him. Look at the speed that kid showed when he broke free. And again, that's a heads-up play by Karnaski in several ways. One, which you just alluded to, was he saw the blitz. They had lined up in that box again. They had 8 guys or 7 guys ready to come. He saw it. He waited a second, watched them all come in. He only had to beat one guy. Plus, he got a great block, whom I didn't see the number was. He got a great block that he played off of him, and he made his cut. But the speed at the end of that play was truly amazing by him, and for such a big guy.
Well, and out of the shotgun, it's given him time to look at that.
Yeah.
He sees out of the shotgun, he's back there 6 yards, 7 yards. He's looking at them all coming. He's saying, wow, I get a hole here. They're all coming in
But
after me.
I think either he was told from the sidelines or he did it himself to watch it to see what was going to happen, and then he made the decision to run because he ran early.
It almost looked like it was called, right?
You almost think he was thinking that from the very beginning and made a great play on it.
One of the Blue Mountain players hurt on this play. And I think it was after Vic ran by him that he slipped out. It looked like he hurt his leg sliding out
I
there.
don't think he got hit. I really didn't. I didn't see anything happen to him as he was coming over. Considering what Blue Mountain has done offensively so far tonight, it really doesn't look well for them for the rest of the evening.
All right, Sinkovic in to attempt the extra point. Montgomery the holder. Joe Chicatano with the snap. It's back, it's down, it's up, and it's good. With about 5 minutes left in the third quarter, we'll give it about.
Somewhere's about there.
Score, Red Tornadoes 29, the Eagles of Blue Mountain nothing.
And the game's slowly beginning to slip away from the Eagles' grasp. They're not gonna be able to come back unless they have some big plays here. They've showed no propensity to make a long drive, a sustained drive at all. Mount Carmel area's defense is just stifling everything they're trying to do. So I think they're beginning to look at this as a long evening if they don't do something on this possession.
Well, offensively, I think our line is starting to click so much, both inside and outside. You're looking at some great interior blocking by the guards, tackles, and the centers on their trap plays. And you're looking at some great downfield blocking when we're breaking outside around the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, again, fumbled on the play, and it was Caperna with the ball, and Malachowski throws him down on about the 10-yard line. And we have flags on the play. And actually, I think the flags were after the hit.
The flags are after the whistle. That's going to be unsportsmanlike against us.
Personal foul called against the Red Tornadoes.
That's not what you want to do ever. You know that Coach Conley and Coach Williams are going to be livid about that when they see it on the film. You just don't do it.
Now they'll walk it off after they get a placement of the ball. It would be a 15-yard personal foul.
It was after the whistle. I mean, it was after the play, so it's going to be marked off right from where the ball was spotted.
Right.
Now, maybe when you're 29-0, it doesn't mean as much. But if you're 6-0, it's a big play. You got to be careful. You don't want that to happen. Said Blue Mountain needs to do something offensively on this series. They really have got to if they have any intention of scoring. I think this might be where they're going to need to pull themselves together or pack it in for the evening.
They're going to try it off the left side.
That was 30.
Initial hit. Dave Evans was on his feet.
Yep.
And I guess Chicatano in there helping out.
The usual cast of characters once again. They're doing all the right things.
Second down, 6 yards to go for the Eagles. The play calling seems long when they're in the huddle and until they come out. Great hit by 64, Mike Sinkovic on Barker. Boy, that was a nice
hit. I think it's safe to say that Mike is handling whoever it is supposed to be blocking him.
Mike made the tackle, and there's Joe Costello, his mentor now, because, Mike's going to be taking over that position, slapping him in the top of the head. Hey, good tackle.
Mike is truly handling whoever it is supposed to be doing something with him isn't doing it.
Bonner has Krieger in motion coming to the right side. Rolls right, looks in the flat.
He caught it
and
on
a big catch made by Kurt Finelli.
That's
close to a first down.
That's a first down where he's standing anyway.
First down for the Eagles. Good play that time by Blue Mountain.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, we used Finelli as a decoy there. .355 left in the third quarter. Bonner tries it right up the middle. Steve Sinkovich that time on the tackle. And the Twins are in action tonight.
it's a family tradition going on out there right now. They're family affair between the two of them. They're not letting anybody go past them, and as simple as that. The middle of the line at Mount Carmel area tonight is like a stone wall. Blue Mountain is not able to penetrate us up the middle whatsoever.
Mike Boyer comes in at right tackle and gives Mike Sinkovich a little break, and a well-deserved break, I guess, as you'd say. Timeout called by the Eagles. And while we have this timeout, you're listening to
WKMC TV. We're broadcasting you directly from the campus of Mount Carmel Area High School. We are broadcasting to you over a microwave signal WLX267. We are an instructional fixed television service, and you are catching us on a Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. What's the matter, Wayne? The ceiling coming down? Or? Where was I now? Oh, we're Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, Channel 13, is courtesy of the Service Electric Cable System. And once again, we have some jealousy from the radio people, as usual. When you're in TV like this, they look up to you.
and they are looking up to us because they put us in the back of this press box.
Up on a perch.
We're on a perch, right. Nobody knows what's being said as we laugh here, Warren. Okay, second down, 10 yards to go. Bonner, he's going to roll to that side. Looks over the middle.
Oh,
drops
that's either
the ball,
a fumble or a
and
drop.
It's going to be an incompleted pass. Krieger got it in his arms, but he dropped it.
But Dave Evans
Big
said,
hit by
I don't
Dave
really
Evans.
think you want to catch this, do you? Yeah, Evans, something he's done all year. It's something, Coach Williams said it during the week, it's something that maybe now as you near the end of the season, you get to be able to compile 8 or 9 games, maybe an all-state thought here now for Evans defensively, a defensive back. You know, maybe we better start thinking him as maybe an all-state candidate for the kind of seasons he's had, both 2 years, but this season the way he's performed and been a coach on the field and all. I think he warrants a mention that way.
Bonner, straight drop back. Going to be a screen pass. And great defense that time. Looked like maybe Malachowski got his hands up, but then the tackle made by Evans.
Well, 56 is the guy that caught.
But he can catch it after it's tipped.
Paul Smith. But what he's saying to himself is, why did I do
He was
that?
the center.
He's asking, why did I catch that?
Excellent rush by our defensive line. Quarterback turned around, and he didn't even have time to look at his receiver.
Punt formation for the Eagles. Snaps back. Return on for the Red Tornadoes. Bounces on the wet field and stops at the 40-yard line. It just stopped dead.
Yeah, it didn't go anywhere past the 40. Like it hit something as it hit the 40-yard line. Again, it feels extremely difficult field for footing-wise. You can see, when I walked across, you can see the big streaks where their spikes didn't grab and they just
slid.
You know, just a tough field to try to
Well,
get
if you
your
think
footing.
about it last year when it was raining and it had rained so hard,
Yeah.
this field was a disaster last year.
Well, Wayne had made the point that notice how low this field sits.
Selinsgrove.
Karnaski from the shotgun. Snaps back. Lots of time. Now getting some pressure, and he's going to run again with it. Looking downfield. Caught by Dave Evans
Evans
at
caught
the
it.
44-yard line. The only place he could throw it that it would be right in, down on
his
the
knees.
slide.
He got it on the slide. Great play by Evans again.
Actually, good. Probably that time, Wayne, he had some good time. It just there were no receivers right in the beginning open.
You see the way he shed that guy, though. You know what I mean? That's that extra dimension you get from him.
That's right. You're talking about a mature player there, somebody a receiver that sees that he's covered, the quarterback's in trouble, and he looks for the open spot or comes back to the quarterback. And that's what you want in your receivers.
Trips left for the Red Tornadoes. Fake to Costello, was trying a shovel pass, and it was intercepted by Blue Mountain. Intercepted by number 17, Justin Moyer, and that play just wasn't going anywhere because, again, Blue Mountain is coming with about 6 or 7 people. There's just
way too much pressure and traffic in the middle to attempt the shovel pass on that play, and it resulted in interception. Shovel pass, probably not a good idea the way they're playing the middle. You're right. They're more susceptible, I think, to the ends than to the flat areas for the pass, the way they're playing defense.
29 nothing? 28. 29 nothing Red Tornadoes. Bonner puts Krieger in motion. Looks in the flats. Good play by Veach. Got his fingers on it. And then Montgomery had his hands on it to intercept it.
Interesting to see the defensive backfield shifting when they put the guy in motion.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of shift right now.
They bring Evans becomes the free safety.
From the weak side, right.
Yeah, they bring everybody to where the motion's going. They just have a complete shift back there of one guy over. So they move to whatever way that motion guy is going to release that.
And you can see it's working so well tonight. Montgomery there another time, and I think he probably would have had the interception if Brett didn't touch the, he tipped the ball a little bit, and Montgomery lost his concentration.
2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. Now they're doing it again. There's the motion as you can see it from our cameras. Bonner with the blitz on. Jamin after him. Intercepted by 22, Brett Veach.
He's looking around.
Oh, yeah,
First down.
there's no doubt about it. He had it all the way.
Neither one of them could see the play. Neither one of them made a good look at the play. He looked to the guy who places the ball, the real tall guy down there, and he said first down. Blue Mountain is arguing it vehemently that it isn't.
It looked like he was there from where we were here.
Yeah, I don't know what to say on that one. Both referees were not in a position to see how the ball hit the ground or whether it didn't. So, and the guy that took the ball and placed it wasn't about to call it. He was waiting to see if somebody saw it.
Well, he had his back to Brett.
Yeah.
1st down and 10. Kranaski back to pass. Over the middle to Higgins. 1st down at about the 30-yard line.
Tough play by Higgins.
Yeah, boy, he came right over the middle to him.
You know you're going to take a hit, and he did. Tough play by Higgins.
Wide open, though. Those are the types of plays that are excellent. Everybody's protecting the flats. There's Higgins with his height and everything else. Gets out into the center, splits the zone, gets open, and picks up 10 yards.
1st down and 10 for the Red Tornadoes from the 30-yard line. He had to throw that. That was a short pass, and he had to throw it short because there was good coverage that time.
I'm not sure what we were doing on that play, though. We looked like we weren't all on the same page on that play a little bit as far as the blocking went.
2nd down, 10 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes.
This is probably, I would say, if you look down the season so far, the slowest paced game we've seen so far this year.
Kranaski with Veach and Costello in the backfield. Gives it to Veach off the right side. Lots of room. He'll have a 1st down and more at about the 10 or 9-yard line. 1st down and goal to go for the Red Tornadoes.
And Brett just continues to impress you and pile up the yards.
And on top of that, I'm just impressed on how that, in this case here, this run ran over Joe Chicatano, Mike Boyer, and on the same side of Sean Jamin on the right-hand side. And not only that side, but also the other side with Dunny and Ricky Harris and Higgins. They're just blowing some holes in that line.
Up the middle to Costello, touchdown, and there you go to the center of the line and blocking right up there with El Chicatano and Ricky Harris. Good job.
Now again, they're looking to the outside. It's a fake pitch to the outside to the left, and Costello's right up the middle.
Snaps down, kicks up by Sinkovic, Mike, and it's good.
He's very shortly going to be Garros Sinkovic at the rate he's kicking right now.
9 seconds left in the third quarter. Score Mount Carmel area 36, Blue Mountain Eagles nothing.
And the game's now pretty much finished for the Eagles. They've just were not able to do anything offensively as we near the fourth quarter. No matter what they tried, didn't work. Now the problem now is that defense has been on the field an awful lot. In the fourth quarter, you're playing us, and you've been on the field an awful lot with the speed that we're showing. You're in real trouble. So I think Blue Mountain needs to look forward to their game next week. And we need to look forward to Ceilings Grove the way it looks.
Blue Mountain, Schuylkill Haven.
That's their backyard rivalry to end their season. So that to them, that's like us in Shamokin and their Schuylkill. So they've got a big game ahead of them. They need to put this one behind them.
Sinkovic kicks one right down the middle to about the 20. And I think Sinkovic in on the hit, along with 80 Chris Cuff.
And yes, I saw Sinkovic.
And Montgomery.
Montgomery's getting off the thing there.
New defensive backs in here for the Red Tornadoes.
Okay,
you got 44 Kalinowski, 45 McGee, 81 Zavaric, and 37 Avellino.
That time
now we missed the play.
Jamin made the play.
Chris Barker, the running back.
He made a nice tackle, Jamin did on that play.
That'll be the end of the third quarter. The score, Red Tornadoes 36, Blue Mountain Eagles nothing.
But you go back to a kid like Cuff, now he's not on the field all the time, but put him on the field on his one play and 2 plays and a half when he's on a kickoff coverage or whatever he's doing, and you hear his name. And that's how you know where a kid's going to play some football, when you hear that name right away. And he was called on Monday night for that roughing the kicker, which I still say was one of the bogus calls.
Bumping the kicker.
Yeah, that was a tough call. I thought I would still say that call shouldn't have been made. But the fact that the point to be made there is he was there. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was the guy there, so that's what you're always looking for.
Yeah, he's putting a lot into special team, but he's a very good defensive end also.
Yeah,
that
when he comes in to play end, he plays end.
Well, there's one that we're hearing. You'll already know, but Central is beating Southern at halftime right now. Huh. Second down, 9 yards to go. Pitch back to Barker, going to come around the left side. McGee on the initial hit and down on his feet. Number 66, Joe Chicatano.
And you had Higgins there for that little extra. I'll knock you down now they have you.
Third down and about 4 yards to go.
Number 40 comes in, Bob.
40 is Damian Ziegler in that defensive end.
Another guy whose name you hear all the time out on the field.
And again, special teams. You see some guys that are on the second team playing very, very strong special teams.
Bonner back to pass. Good coverage that time.
Who's that coming out?
40.
Is that 44?
44?
Yeah.
Kalinowski.
It's McGee or Kalinowski?
Kalinowski.
Great coverage that time.
Well, that's what you need to do there. That's exactly what you need. Come through the ball carrier to the ball. That brings up a punting situation, I guess, for the Eagles again.
67's in, and Aaron Geary, what's Aaron's number there, 59?
Back deep for the Red Tornadoes, 27 Evans and 29 Malikoski. Snaps back. Kicks away. It's a high kick. Going to hit short on about the 40 and bounce down to about the 32-yard line. But again, a very short kick.
Well, I think you'll see a lot of guys in and out from here on through the game. Coach Williams has made it a point to make sure everybody gets in the game as early as possible. And you'll start seeing a lot of cleaner white shirts go as we go.
37 Pete. Well, he's going to go with the
be
first team and the Pete Avellino as the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what you want to do. You got to get him some reps with the team that's been on the field a little bit, get him acclimated, and let him see what's happening out there. So that's only going to make him a better football player next year.
Hands off to Costello, finds a hole, brings it to the 42-yard line, and out of bounds on about the 44-yard line.
Tell you, excellent blocking again. Blue Mountain had everybody up on the line. Their defensive backs, they only had one safety back. Costello breaking through the line, then he cut back. Jamin came over and blocked the linebacker, gave him that extra half a step there to pick up the extra yardage.
It's a case of I dare you to run, and we did.
Yeah.
There's not much more you could do to stop the run than they did, and it still went for yardage.
72, Vogler in at left guard for the Red Tornadoes.
Fumble.
Avellino picks it up and is tackled after about a 2-yard loss. Second down, 12 yards to go.
Chicatano comes out of the game, and I didn't see who came in there.
81 Zavaric in.
Let me look at the line, though. Somebody's in there maybe they're just.
72?
Is that 72 that came
That's
in?
Vogler. He came in.
He's been in, though.
Pitch back to Veach. Cuts it back. Gets a nice block at about the 4 and gets down to the 49-yard line.
64, right guard was Sinkovic.
Oh, okay. He came in for Chicatano.
Giving a little bit of guard change up now.
Yeah.
So he's mixing and matching a little bit. And there, Jonathan Else goes out now, and either Geary or Wojtovich will come in at center.
So basically the bus is going into the garage. Into the barn.
Trying to see right now who's in at center. 67, which is Jason Wojtovich in at center.
Okay. We had him at Supper Club last night.
Draw play to Veach. Finds some running room. And out of bounds at about the 37-yard line.
Big crowd at Supper Club again last night. Of course, Supper Club now really cranking up as you get near the end of the season and start looking at playoffs. This is where the real interest is going to start coming now. So
that's right. It's
everybody's getting ready. Matucci's on a Thursday night, 6:30. Be there. You'll get the whole lowdown on the upcoming district play and everything you need to know about what's going to occur in the playoffs.
Power backfield, inside handoff. Looked like Zavaric. And doesn't go very far.
Of course, we talked a little bit about it in the first half with the district pairings, and they have changed significantly in AA in the East. The big matchup apparently was going to be Mount Carmel area McDevitt, assuming everybody was going to win in districts in their initial district playoffs. Now it's changed that we would not meet that bracket, that we'll go up into District 2 and probably looking at a Hanover area or someone from that region in the first inter-district play.
Al Bailey gets it for about a 1-yard gain.
And Hanover area, who we played for 2 years.
Well, I played them last year for the final time on a Saturday afternoon, and probably Bob remembers more than anything is the fact that I fell asleep during the game. When I leaned up against the press box, it was a beautiful autumn
they put us out in the sun,
sunny afternoon, and I fell sound asleep in the middle of the broadcast. But that's what I remember Hanover for. They're currently the leading team up there in District 2, and they look like the team to beat as far as inter-district play for what will be coming in to play them in the first inter-district.
Steve Sinkovic in at fullback right now, and they give it to Sinkovic off the left side. Gets down to about the 34-yard line. So they'll have a fourth down and about 7 or 8 yards to go.
Now, the interesting scenario here is, of course, you now take the district pairings away from 11 and 4 and 4 and which district is McDevitt? Is that 1 or 2 or? No,
I
one?
think that's probably
Not 1.
Probably one.
One, I think.
No, I thought 1 was the suburban Philadelphia district.
Yes, it might be. You're
Okay,
right.
I'm sorry. Maybe
Well,
two.
we don't know.
No, 2 is up north, so 3 maybe.
Why did you
or-
ask those two numbers? then?
Whatever. But anyway, I'll get back to that in a second.
Okay.
Avellino to pass. Over the head of Zavaric. First down, Blue Mountain from the 35-yard line.
The point I'm trying to make here is that now that you have the changing of the pairings, it sets up if you follow it down the line and we beat who we're supposed to beat. North Schuylkill certainly the power in District 11. Wherever they're seated, they'll still be the power to come out of District 11. They'll probably meet this Bishop McDevitt we hear so much about out of their district. That sets up an Eastern semifinal, or an Eastern final, actually. The final of the East between Mount Carmel area and the North Schuylkill Spartans again, if you follow this all the way down through the bracket. So some interesting things going to occur in the playoffs as we get ready to enter them.
Pitch back to Barker around the right side. Lots of running room and gets a first down for the Eagles. Tackled by McGee. Also Brian Detry in there, number 35 and 59. Aaron Higgins.
Who?
Aaron Geary. Yeah, I was looking at Higgins on the sideline.
A fact I did want to bring out that Jose Gonzalo told me at halftime, Mount Carmel area has not been scored upon in the first quarter this year, and that streak extends into 3 games of last year, where no team has scored upon us in the first quarter.
Gazarowski.
Tell you what, defensive end, whoever that is, had it.
Tackle was
nice.
made that time by 72, Jamie Vogler.
Yeah.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Number 70, Ober, now into the Red Tornado lineup. Bonner tries to Krieger. Good tackle made by 35 Detry and helped out by 40 Damian Ziegler. Third down and about 9 yards to go for the Eagles. The young Tornadoes here getting a chance to show their stuff.
We got an interesting report last night from the medical front in the case of Jeff Evans. He will be examined on Monday, and they fully expect that Jeff Evans will play in the Sillings Grove game next week for the first time since the early part of the season.
Bonner back to pass.
There's Cuff.
Rush from Cuff. Gets away from Cuff. Looks down the field. Hits Krieger on about the 29-yard line and taken out of bounds by 81 Zavaric.
No, there's Cuffy again, playing his defensive end, flushing the quarterback right out of the pocket and chasing him down the field.
And what I've said now, I mean, that's exactly. I don't know. You have Ziegler on the other side, and he's a carbon copy. You know, Ziegler on the other side,
Right.
a carbon copy, the same kind of end. You really don't lose a whole lot when you put those two guys in at end. You know, from the two guys that start the game.
Bonner pitches back. Barker around the right side.
Kalinowski.
John
Kalinowski
Kalinowski
that time
comes
made
up
a
from corner, makes a good stop.
Great defensive stop that time. And there he showed you a little bit of that speed that we know so much about with him. Really quick reaction to the football and made a great stop.
And what was nice about that, he came up and he made sure, he's playing his defensive corner, he came up and made sure that the running back cut to the inside, that he did not get to the outside, and then he made his move and still made the tackle on him.
Interesting here with this defense, I don't know if you caught that, Bailey calls, a freshman, calls the defensive signals.
Right. Second down, 6 yards to go. Inside to Barker. Geary initial hit, helped out by Chris Hughes. Also, Bailey in there to help out, and Brian Detry. Now Wojtovich into the lineup at tackle. Number 67.
Another autograph seeker comes in here after left field work. It's amazing. I can't help it now.
3:45 left in the ball game. 3rd down and 6 for the Eagles. Bonner comes up over center. Rolls. Looks in the end zone. And incomplete.
With the kind of time he had, you had to almost believe he was going to hit somebody there.
You know what? The Red Tornadoes had that side just flooded. There were 2 Blue Mountain receivers, but what were there, about 5 Mount Carmel defenders?
Three on the short receiver and 2 back in the end zone on a deep receiver.
Yeah, he had all the time because we dropped a lot of people into coverage and still couldn't complete the pass. So, you know, you're doing something right in that defensive backfield when you can give a guy that kind of time and he throws an incomplete pass.
Timeout called, and Coach Conley comes out to talk to his defense.
We had the injury report on him at Supper Club last night, too. Of course, probably the most injured member of the team. And that scary injury at the end of that North Schuylkill game, he didn't want to relive it at all last night. We asked several questions about it, but he's apparently blocking it out of his memory permanently as he goes through the season. But had a real nice time last night with those guys, and, of course, the kids we had with us. We had the Wojtowicz boy with us. We had Homiak with us. And we had
Charlie Adams.
Charlie Adams was with us. That's right. We had Charlie Adams there last night. Had his parents come. You know, we had a really a nice crowd. And I'm trying to think I'm missing somebody here, but let me go through the group and remember who I was doing there. Did I say Jeff Homiak was with us?
Yes, Homiak.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff Evans.
Okay.
Was the other guy. And we had Mr. Hutko, the manager, was with us.
Bonner rolls to his right. Oh, finds out in the flat 42.
He's out. He didn't score a touchdown.
And they're going to do it at the 1 yard line. They're going to show it out of bounds at the 1.
Of course, Blue Mountain has every team so far this year.
That they're going with their first team
well,
right up here.
Trying to avoid a shutout. I believe if we see them score here, I think you'll see them start to substitute some kids in there. But they're intent on not being shut out tonight, and that's why you see their first team. And a member of the Blue, number 20, the one
they're going to
we had
pick him
talked
up,
about
right.
earlier, Richel, is going out in an ambulance, and that's not always a good sign. We wish the best for him.
That happened, and it happened without anybody really hitting him or anything. Timeout called by the Eagles.
You never want to see this, and truly you wish him and the very best of luck in whatever his injury might be. And hopefully it's a precautionary thing there. Maybe taking him for some x-rays and stuff to make sure he's all right. But you just hate to see an ambulance pull onto a football field ever.
It was his leg. We had seen that. We
that's
know
where
it was his leg
they were aiming
sure,
at,
right.
yeah.
Well, I guess we can sort of do a wrap here as we're talking, too, as we're coming into the end of this game, but talk a little bit about Selinsgrove. First time we played them next week, and it is the first, right?
Yeah, it is the first. I waited to confirm that at Supper Club last night with the experts, and one of my experts, Bob Herring, told me, he's the guy that always tells me that in 1921 they did play a game and gets me every time, and he told me, no, we have never played them, so it is the first meeting ever between the Tornadoes and the Seals next week at Mount Carmel Area High School Stadium.
Eagles going to try to drive this one in from the 1 yard line. Pitch to Barker to the right side. Touchdown. Kazanowski. Okay. Touchdown, Blue Mountain.
I don't know how much time is left in the game right now, but got to be near the end here.
24, Jeff St. George in to attempt the extra point for the Eagles. Snaps back, high snap. Finelli looking to throw it to somebody. Now he has pressure on him. And hit by 45, Ryan McGee.
Oh, what a hit.
Oh,
What a hit by McGee that time.
I felt that one up here.
Oh, man. Get past in the pregame meal after that hit, or the postgame meal when you take a hit like that in the fourth quarter.
Score now, Red Tornadoes 36, 3:18 left in the ball game. Red Tornadoes 36, the Blue Mountain Eagles 6. To the left side.
now you have
well, now you have
Wojtowicz coming in,
Wojtowicz too, so that is Mike Wojtowicz.
Actually, Kalinowski becomes
Number one.
an up
Okay.
back here. You have Wojtowicz in that trio down below.
Kicking off, Jim Rossi, number 40.
What do you guys think? Onside kick?
I don't know. I was looking what he was doing. That's what
I'm
I was
wondering
trying
what
to
we
say.
were doing on that one too. Unless he was just making sure it was set. I can't believe they're going to onside kick it.
No, he doesn't. Taken by Bailey on the 22-yard line. Finds some running room to about the 42-yard line. Nice run by the freshman, Al Bailey.
The highly touted freshman player Bailey made a mark for himself this year, certainly, and has ingrained himself on the coach's memory for next year, the way he's played so far this year.
3 minutes left in this ball game, or thereabouts, 2-something.
Not too many really clean pants out there for the
Mike
we got some new
Wojtowicz at
players
quarterback.
for the Eagles now.
Sinkovich off the left side. That's Steve Sinkovich, gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
That was a good call. He did the pilot or 3 or 4.
Looked like a rugby scruff on that one.
Yeah.
We kind of piled together there, and the whole pile kept churning forward.
Second down, 6 yards to go. Now, Twin Sinkovich is in the backfield. Michael and Steven. Going to go to Steven behind Michael. Takes it outside and very
Steve.
close to a first down. Nice
believe
run
he-
by Steve Sinkovich.
I believe he picked the first down up that time. Where he's standing at, that's
Real
going to be a
close.
first down.
First down, Red Tornadoes at about the 49-yard line of the Eagles.
Wherever they go. Wind it up. 1 minute and 15 seconds to play, first and 10. As Bruce Hughes hustles in there to a tackle slot, Wojtowicz not moving people around under center. Long count.
Going to give it to Mike Sinkovich off the right side. There he goes, bulling it, and he's still going to the 39-yard line.
Unbelievable that time. Sinkovich.
You know, they're such good running backs that they haven't had the chance to run this
Oh,
year.
my
and
goodness.
And you
gives
have
them a little
to,
time
you have to
right
remember, Mike Sinkovich is coming out of the line to carry
Right.
the ball.
Yeah, he's played in the line. Now he picked up 9 yards that time.
You know what, though? Watch that play again the second time. You watch his brother go through. He put the linebacker on his back, and the linebacker didn't even know what hit him.
Second down, 1 yard to go for the Red Tornadoes. Going to go to Steven off the left side. Still on his feet. There he goes. He's down to the 30. Now he turns it on a little bit. Still running. They haven't tackled him. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. And the young guys come through and do one for the Big Red.
The law firm got together and scored a touchdown. Great block by his brother. He better give his brother some credit on this touchdown run because he's the one that opened that thing up. Then he made two great individual efforts downfield on his own to put the ball in the end zone. But great blocking by everybody along the
great
line.
line
I mean,
blocking that time. And
boy, you
Great-
meshed
great
really
line
well.
blocking.
Yeah, you meshed really well that time.
they went right, left, left.
It's like a good boxing match went on there.
Snaps back, kicks up, and it's good. 1:22 left in the ball game. The score: the Red Tornadoes 43, Blue Mountain Eagles 6. Exciting drive.
Well, yeah, it's always good to see those guys, you know, get ahead of steam and everybody. And, you know, they've played so much throughout the year that now they're a cohesive unit out
Right.
there. You know, they're.
I'll tell you what,
it's
though.
hard to get cohesiveness when you're in and out so often. But this group that scored that touchdown was a good, solid unit that knew everybody. And you see the result of it.
One thing about Steven and Michael, too, is that they have deceiving speed. There were 3 guys looked like they were going to tackle Steven there, and no way. He wasn't going down, and plus he just outran the last guy.
Well, I think Steven especially, you look at him, the speed will always deceive you. You never think he can burst the way he does, but he can, and it's amazing when you see him do it.
Jake Shellhammer, number 88, will kick off for the Red Tornadoes. Good kick, bounces about the 21-yard line. Caperna takes it outside and run down by Geary, and also I missed the other number.
Hold on. Looked like Zavaric, 81.
Zavaric? Okay.
Yep.
First down, Blue Mountain. 1 minute, 11 seconds left in the ball game. The ball on the 43-yard line.
Well, we look down now. We have one more regular season football game to play. Of course, it'll be played, and I think we can probably, at least we think it's going to be played in front of a new scoreboard next week. The
We
scoreboard
hope
is
so.
mounted. Was mounted today.
Was
You're
it
driving
mounted
past
today?
the stadium, you glance in, you'll see a brand new scoreboard sitting on its pillars at Mount Carmel area, and it's quite state of the art as far as scoreboards are concerned.
Tries it up the middle, going nowhere. Well, it did. It went about 5 yards. Bailey in on the tackle, helped out by Jason Wojtovich and Chris Cuff. Wojtovich holding on to him along with Chris Cuff. Jason Wojtovich on the tackle.
Good line play that time defensively. I mean, these guys are truly looking. I mean, they're a team you can put on the field, I think, anytime. I really do. I believe you can put them on the field at any time. Any of them now.
Yeah. Good line play.
You're seeing that defensive line play though when you're looking at them, and look at the size of them. I think that's important to see the size of the younger guys here. I mean, you look to the future. These guys, there's some hefty looking guys out there that are going to do some damage.
Well, that's the end of the ball game. Final score: Red Tornadoes 43, Blue Mountain Eagles 6. And about what we had anticipated, but sometimes you come down here to Blue Mountain Eagles Stadium and you run into problems.
Yeah,
and it started out a little slow, but finished with a bang.
Yeah, you're always a little bit afraid when you walk into this stadium for some reason or another. They played tough in the beginning. Offensively, they were not showing a whole lot. We had shut them down defensively from the very beginning. A good game again. We look at all the things we talk about every week, Wayne. We did all the things I think we were looking to do. No injuries. No one left the game with anything that's going to keep them out that we can tell anyway. You got everybody on the football team played football and played it extremely well.
Yes, they did.
You know, they weren't just filling in. They weren't just killing time. They were playing some good football. So you got all the right things out of a game like this. You cruise into next week. The Cities Grove Seals, obviously, if you're Mount Carmel area, you've got to stay focused on what it is you're trying to do. This is the longest winning streak since the early 70s in a regular season. The Cities Grove Seals, quite frankly, not bringing a ton of stuff to the table here. Having a down year, but they're a triple-A football team. You need the points to stay the #1 seed in the district, and that alone should be enough impetus to go in there and give them a good shellacking next week.
We talk about Brett Veach a little bit tonight. Broke both rushing records, both the single season and then the all-purpose. No, not the single season. The overall rushing record. Right.
You always get the feeling when we had seen these records fall with Higgins, Gonzalo, and now Veach, that anything we say really isn't enough. You know, you have to truly sit down and appreciate what occurred here tonight, and only after a while will it sink in what Brett Veach has done tonight. And just congratulations is all you can really say. You know what happened, and you just savor it.
And I guess another one we can start looking at is probably Joe Costello's close on the tackle
Yeah.
record. We'll have to look at that, but that's probably coming up, and we'll be in on there one of these days also. So, but that's about it from Blue Mountain.
I'm Warren Altamore.
And WAYNE, Wayne Brokenshire.